Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Something that's been happening around my house the last couple of days is aggravation that there's a grocery list on the fridge, but there's no groceries in the cupboard. Now, this is a timing issue, just so you know. I don't need anyone worrying about us, but it's totally a busyness issue. Now, is that my fault? Yeah, it is. But there are good things that I needed to be involved in for my mental health. But I look around and I'm like, yeah, you know what? The kids are right. There's no groceries here. Because I think it was a good metaphor for how we sometimes do life, especially spiritual life or even our mental life. We make lists in our head. We know what we need to do, but action doesn't happen. When action doesn't happen, the list is useless. It is. And I know for myself, I can know what I have to do for a healthy eating plan. I can know what I should follow through on to make sure that I don't eat gluten and have my eyeballs get all blurry. My eyeballs aren't blurry, but what they see is blurry. But yeah, I was thinking about the list this morning. I'm like, Hannah, put it on my backpack so I don't forget the list. And yet I look at my day, and it's the day I work 2 jobs, and how am I going to get this list purchased and brought home? And so I remembered something my brother said, and he's like, I was at Walmart on the weekend, and I said, oh, it was crazy, right? You don't go to Walmart this time of year. And he said, well, you know they have a free click and collect. So you order online, and you go and let them load your trunk, and not free as far as the order itself, but the actual purchasing, like shopping for you, is free. And so there's no charge to do this click and collect program at Walmart. Some places there are charges and some places there aren't. And it just reminded me that sometimes, yeah, you know what? We need help to get the list into the trunk so that we can then unload the trunk and put everything in the pantry and make use of what we need and what we purchased off the list. Sometimes we need help with life. And I think about that with emotional and spiritual help as well. I can know what I have to do, but if I don't have a community around me, or if I just have a whole bunch of people saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, then my I wants or I needs, like gluten-free, may go to the bottom of the list, and I end up not feeling well. I wake up with a headache. I wake up with blurry eyes, or blurry sight. I wake up not well. And that can happen because I haven't taken the time to make the list practical by putting those ingredients in the pantry. And when you go to therapy, you get not a list, but you get a to-do, right? And if you don't take the time then to put it into practice, put it in your emotional pantry, it's useless. You have to use the tools you've been given. And that's how grocery lists are. But sometimes you need help with that. Even after the therapist, even after, that phone call to mom, where you just download everything, that chat with your daughter, where she just listens and goes, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, mom. Or that download with a friend who just says, you've been working really hard, and gives you affirmation. And that kind of need, that over and above the list need, the practical working out of the thing, we need help with. I was reading something on I don't know what social media post, but it was, somebody said unpopular opinions about parenting. And so there's a lot of stuff on there that I don't agree with, and that's okay because it's an unpopular opinion post. But one of the things was about the village and how the village doesn't exist anymore for so many people. And we hear that proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, but hey, guess what? The period can come after it takes a village. Because it takes a village to exist. We are designed for community, especially those of us that have, we use the Holy Bible as our holy book, and we understand we've been made in the image of God, and God is of 3 persons, so there's Father, Son, Spirit. Within God itself, there is a community. And we've been designed then for community. Even within our own being, I have an organizer me, I have a playful me, I have a defending me, I have so much within myself. And we hear the phrase, oh, we wear many hats. But it's all us. It's all our own being, because we're designed for community. And until we get in touch with those different parts of ourselves, until we get in touch with our friends, family, and create a community, even those that have lost their community of origin, you know, sometimes we fail to get past the list making stage. So that's our challenge today, is seek the help you need to get the list from the fridge turned into groceries in the fridge. All right, that's the metaphor for today. That's the thought process for today, is how do we get the help we need? We either make the time by canceling something, we recruit the help needed, whatever that looks like. What are we going to do to move from knowing what to do to the actual practical working out of it? It takes a practice, it takes time, it takes learning. And it might start with just sitting down with a coffee and thinking through, what is it that I have had in list mode for so long that my shelves are actually empty and I've never practically worked it out? What do I need to work on today? That's my challenge to all of us. And tonight, my children shall eat. Love you so much. Keep your feet on the ground and your head in the clouds. Talk to you later. Bye.